Yo, what is going on, everybody? I'm finally back with another video. I'm going to do a Bitcoin TA video. I'm going to go over the market just a little bit. I wanted to just firstly thank all the subscribers who've been watching for a while and just kind of apologize to you guys real quick because I've been gone for about a week. I actually had some pretty tragic news. One of my closest childhood buddies from real young, his parents were murdered this past week. So, and I was really close with his parents too. So this was a difficult week for, him and all of our friend groups. So we kind of just took a hiatus and went to just go be there for our buddy. And, so I apologize for not being around. I don't want to bore you guys with all that stuff, but, I just want to say thanks for the continued support. I'll be getting to all of your questions. I know I've been getting a lot of profit trailer, PT feeder questions. So I'm going to get to those. I'm definitely going to continue doing videos about profit trailer and PT feeder. I got some cool ideas for the next week or two. I'm going to be launching quite a bit of content revolving around, those trading bots and stuff. So that'll be cool. I'm going to be updating the GitHub soon. I promise. I put everything on hold, like I said. So, I'm back in action now and you'll be seeing quite a bit of content come out your way. So, just appreciate the continued support. So for now, we're looking at the market cap. We're just under 300 billion. And this is pretty wild. We're still in this market downtrend and it's difficult, like seeing some of these prices. You're looking at Ripple at 57 cents. You're looking at Cardano at 15 cents. You're looking at, oh God, Dash is at $355. You're looking at Neo at 56. This is rough, and, I commend everybody who bought at the highs and is still involved and is still, holding on for dear life. But, never fear. These are great buying opportunities. Crypto's not going anywhere. I'm fully confident that the market will rebound. We're just sitting in a bit of a bear market, and I'm going to explain, sort of my outlooks on the coming days. As you can see, the Bitcoin dominance is almost at 45%, which is good. If we go to the market cap, we can see the dominance here. When Bitcoin tends to hit its bottom in dominance, it tends to launch back up. And I think we're going to see these Bitcoin dominance levels continue to rise, especially if we start to get out of this bear market, not even get into a bull market, but get out of this bear market and just sort of maybe find our place. I think we're definitely going to see this Bitcoin dominance number increase over the next month or 2 months. So I'm not worried. But one thing I wanted to go over. So what we'll do is we'll go into this one day. And one thing a lot of traders are looking at still is these simple moving averages. Let's see, moving average. Let me just throw these on screen. I should have put these up before. I apologize. Some of the traders are calling for a bit of a death cross. And basically that is a 50-day moving average crossing over a 200-day moving average. And one thing I looked at in the past, which I believe was in 2013, was we had a very similar situation to this where these two moving average kind of just sat on top of each other for a while and never actually crossed. And then we saw a pretty impulsive rise in Bitcoin after they kind of consolidated and Bitcoin found its price range, right? And so although it is possible we see a death cross on the 1-day chart, we've already seen it in other charts, the more micro charts, like the 4-hour, the 1 hour and stuff. But on this 1-day chart, it is possible we see this death cross and then we may end up going quite a bit lower. And I think that's what a lot of traders are calling for. They're saying, the $3,000 mark and all this stuff. I still think that we're more healthy than the $3,000 mark. I don't know if this market is going to continue down that far. And I'll kind of explain why on a more micro scale. So I'm going to get in this. Before I do that though, this was one of my counts from a while ago and I just left it on the screen, and this would be our 1, our 2 wave, our 3 wave, 4 and 5 wave. It's still playing out, and a lot of people will probably argue with this saying that this isn't an impulsive three wave, so this is probably invalid, but we're still actually within range. Like, we're still in valid Elliott wave here. So I'm still looking at this cycle as a possibility, and I'll kind of explain why if I go into the 30-minute chart. So I'm going to zoom in here, and I'm going to get rid of these moving averages. And basically right here, we had a very impulsive leg up here, and we saw a pretty definite ABC correction. And so in our C leg, and I don't think this correction is completely done yet. I think we still have room for one more leg down, but then I also am going to bring up a possibility, a more, bullish and optimistic possibility that we just double bottomed here. So anyway, with this C leg, we're always going to have 5 waves down. And so as you're seeing here, we have our 1, our 2, our 3, our 4, and our 5. Now, some people were calling this the 3, the 4, and the 5 here, and that's possible, I guess. But if this continues downward, then I'm definitely calling this 5 wave to finish down somewhere in here. But I wanted to get into a couple things. I want to do the trend-based fib extension. So what I like to do here on these C waves is go from the top of the 1 wave to the bottom, and then drag the extension to the top of the 4 wave and drag it out a bit so we can see. Now, if we zoom in a little bit, we're going to be able to see that we bounced off this 0.618. We wicked off of it. If I drag this up a bit to the top of that candle, we wicked off of it twice. And so that is a definite double bottom as we look at it at this moment. So as you can see, this is the 0.618 line, and that is a very definitive market reversal fib level. So that is a good sign for me. I'm happy to see that, and I hope that we can continue rising through. We just broke through this 0.5 fib level, and I'm hoping that we can continue to see some bulls come in and the market sort of consolidate above these levels here. One thing I wanted to go over too is another fib level that I was looking at, and that was a little bit of a larger market trend, and that is this one, from low to high. And if we go over that, you're going to be able to see that this low to high, this 0.786 line, is directly on top of this 0.618 line. And as you can see, the market respected these fib ratios because we double bottomed off of them. And that is something very good to see for me in 2 different sort of time frames. On a more macro scale and a more micro scale, we're seeing these fib lines 100% lining up. And that's great. So this is definitely a very deep correction if this is going to still be our 2 wave, and then we're still jumping on our 3 wave, down to the 0.786 is a very deep correction. 78% from the recent highs is difficult to swallow, but we're still valid here. We're still okay. This is still a valid Elliott wave. And so that's kind of why I'm still looking at it. Possibilities, if this sort of breaks down and we break through this 0.618 line, sorry, I'm giving myself a seizure here by zooming in so much. If we break through this 0.618 line, then I think that there's a good buying opportunity around the 0.786 line, or even down to the 1. That would mean our 1 wave would be identically long as our 5 wave. So in these 2 regions, I would be laddering in. There's this region here is around the $7,600 mark. My buying zone would be around the $7,500 mark. I'd probably start laddering in there. So somewhere in this region, if we do break through this 0.618, I think we will have another leg down, maybe a bit deeper down into here. So that's kind of like my buying zone. I'm going to continue to watch this and kind of see where we end up. I'm not too sure. It's very difficult to tell at this point, especially with the market cap where it is. The volume at 14 billion is pretty low, and so this is all just, it's difficult. It's difficult to tell, but that is my outlook. I'm still pretty confident that we're in a valid Elliott wave still. I'm hoping, some people will definitely argue and say this was impulsive, but now that we've had this ABC correction here, that this three wave is completely invalid. And although I understand where a three wave should be very impulsive, according to the Elliott wave theory, it's still okay where it is. And so I'm going to continue to follow that until it breaks one of the rules. And so that is where I'm at. I'm following the RSI. If we break through this 0.618, the RSI will for sure be oversold. And so I think there will be good buying opportunities if we do break down there. And there was a good buying opportunity at the 0.618 if you would have bought a couple hours ago. So let's see, where was that price action at? About 7,700. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, my next target is looking at the $7,500 level, and then I'll reevaluate, and I'll probably post another TA video with my thoughts on where we are over the next day or so. If you guys enjoyed the content, please subscribe to the channel. Leave me a comment with your thoughts. Let me know what you guys think of this TA. If you think it's wrong, let me know. And I'm going to be doing some profit trailer and PT feeder video updates really soon, probably tomorrow or the next day. So with that said, guys, I will catch you all in the next video. Take it easy.